So BankBazaar.com is India's largest online loan processing engine. The interesting thing about the work we do is that the site I have up there is India's largest private sector bank, ICICI Bank. So this entire website is powered by BankBazaar Secure Technology, and we do it for all credit products. This is HDFC Bank, India's second largest private sector bank, same story, and we power Axis Bank too. We've dispersed, this year we will disperse about $750 million in retail credit across mortgages, car loans, and personal loans. We're able to achieve this because of three pillars in our platform. The first pillar is that we're integrated with about 15 external databases. This includes credit bureaus, pre-approved data lists, frequent flyer lists, national identity systems. The second pillar is that not only are we integrated, but we can pull in and we can validate and process the information to see if that this case can be underwritten. And the third part is we have a CRM system which can move rich media between sales to credit to operations and result in a quick decision. And I'm going to demo our latest innovation, which is the 7-minute approval process for a live car loan application. So this is the Axis Bank car loan site powered by BankBazaar. It's a simple 3-step process. The first step of the process essentially requires the user to provide information that credit within a bank requires in order to make an underwriting decision. So these are the kinds of things like, which car do you want to buy, which company do you work in. You just saw that the ex-showroom price of the car is pre-populated. This is one of our integrations. I'm saying I'm salaried. You see that the form is dynamic. If I was self-employed or if I was running on a track based on an existing loan, that information also could have been handled with a different form. Within salaried, when I start providing information, you see we're integrated in real time with company segmentation lists. Now, the beauty of this situation is that we're able to segment down to the exact company that one works for. I provide information that defines, how much I earn, at what age I'll retire. Interestingly, the system also asks me what my current loan obligations are, and this will be checked with the credit bureau. So I ran a check, and within a few seconds, we see that there's an offer up on the screen for me. This essentially says, I can borrow up to close to about 3.8 lakhs at an interest rate of 11.25% from this particular bank. While this bank has chosen to use these particular features, I also want to point out that we are also integrated with various other third-party databases. So when I flew into Singapore, I saw that there was data. You were offering frequent flyer cards, right? So we have the ability to integrate with frequent flyer accounts. We have the ability to integrate with existing core banking databases. So based on your customer ID, you can be processed. Now I'm going to go back to my original 7-minute loan application, having showed you, various other integration points, and I say apply now. The website which shows up now is actually the core of the page which shows up now is the core of the engine, and it's got high degree of integration which now validates everything you tell us about yourself. So we use technology to make sure that we detect fraud whenever it happens. So for example, when I fill in my phone number, the system dynamically determines that I'm part of what's called the do not call database in India. So rather than sending me a message, it says, please call this particular number and leave a missed call. So as we're speaking, I'm just generating a missed call to this server to authenticate that I, from this number, want to apply. I start entering, for example, now my first name, my last name, and interestingly, because of the back-end integration, the system is able to validate that everything I'm inputting is correct. Now, we all know that a credit bureau database also has, for example, my address. Potentially, this is another check that we could run on the customer. There's dynamic filtering, so we can filter out, again, based on zip codes. Very often, banks want to filter out based on designations. This could affect pricing. It could affect approval. I just want to, again, highlight, the degree of optimization that potentially is being brought in here. We're integrated with the National Identity Database. I type in random data. The system immediately detects that my number is not correct. So I pull out my identity card, which is my PAN card, and I provide information which will now be validated with the National Identity Database. The minute I start typing my email address, the system has 18,000 company names. It maps me down to the exact domain name that I should have access to if I did work in this company. So what's being done now is a secret SMS code, secret email code has been pumped to my corporate email address, and I'll need to retrieve that, and the code just arrived, and my code happens, okay, so my code happens to be 8644, so I provide the code, and this validates that I work at BankBazaar, so it serves as a proxy for work contact point verification. I continue to provide my contact information. This again can be validated against phone number directories that are available in the country. And I say that I'm looking to take the loan and submit application. So it asks me what my educational qualification is. And it tells me that my PAN number happens to be incorrect. Hence, I correct my PAN number. And I hit submit application. It says, do you accept the terms and conditions of this particular bank? And ladies and gentlemen, this is a live loan application. So I say I do accept terms and conditions of this bank. So at this point in time, the application is submitted. It's running a processing check on the credit bureau right now. Am I eligible for this loan or not? The check is running, and we should have the decision hopefully before my presentation time runs out. And my loan has been approved. So I can now potentially print out this car loan application, walk to a car dealer, and say that I've been approved for loan. And the amazing thing was this entire process should have taken me 7 days in the typical Indian market. We're here because we're now offering this platform in the Asian market with the heavy integration, which we can move across geographies. Thank you for your time, and love to see you later.